So CES was this past week, and more or less good capacity. The big three showed up there between Intel, Nvidia, and AMD. But let's break down what they brought to the table and who won CES. Kind of going in the order that we described there. Let's start with Intel. Kind of their biggest challenge recently has been trying to keep pace with Apple in the laptop market, which you'll kind of see as a trend as we go throughout this as laptops. Kind of the big thing that Intel was bringing to the table is trying to compete with the laptop space is they're now bringing Alder Lake desktop CPUs and their hybrid performance and efficiency cores to laptops, which is more or less the platform you want to try to design those things for. With it as well, they also were displaying their Arc GPUs, their dedicated graphics cards, codenamed Alchemist. Between all the things, though, there really hasn't been too much word in terms of performance or what they look like on that part, at least outside of the Arc graphics card, because we can expect that to be, at least with the current generation between AMD and Nvidia, about a mid-tier card. I would imagine the most important aspect is going to be their pricing to their performance, because they could definitely, I can imagine, turn out a good quantity of them and people will buy them up, but they still have to hit a nice price point to make it worth it for people. One thing they kind of ruled out as well is their own version of super sampling known as XeSS upscaling. Basically like, Fidelity FX, where it's just an upscaler.
It's supposed to be pronounced excess.
XS?
Excess.
XS.
Like excessive.
But with it, it's a lot of cool stuff happening there. Definitely the piece that I'm most excited for is the new GPU that's going to be hitting the market.
Kind of Intel's game to lose at that point, right? Because as long as they have sufficient quantity that's priced right, it's going to go insane.
Yeah, it's going to be selling like hotcakes. Yeah. But that kind of does it for Intel. There wasn't quantity, but there definitely was quality with what they were bringing to the table, which is much appreciated. And next big name, the green team, Nvidia themselves, definitely with the biggest bomb of CES in terms of tech equipment is the RTX 3090 Ti.
It's TI.
It's TL.
It's titanium.
To be fair, wasn't the only card they announced. They also did announce the RTX 3050. So hey,
GPUs you can't buy, bitch. You.
I mean that's very, very true on that part. The 3090 Ti. I keep trying to say Ti now because that's what they've been calling it for at least the past couple of years.
Now they want it to be Thai again. Fuck you, it's TI.
We should just say a long form. 3090 titanium.
Right, the Nvidia GeForce RTX 3090 Titanium. But they also did announce, so along with coupling with their highest graphics card today, the highest end graphics card, they also coupled it with the 3050, which is supposed to be a nice mid-range GPU. I believe they said the price of that was going to clock in around $250. Am I correct on that, Taylor?
It's $249. It's gonna be $500.
Which, as much of a hike that is, that would still put it in the price range of some people to be able to get some systems going. So being priced absurdly low from the get-go is a good thing, actually.
Nice part about it as well. It's going to be built on the GA108, so it'll be a smaller chip, so you could print out more in a given wafer. So there should be a higher quantity of them, especially compared to the 3090 Ti. So hey, gamers might be able to get more of them, which will be a massive bonus.
What do we think of 4 gigs of VRAM in 2022?
Not enough, to be honest. It will, okay, for a mid-range card running medium graphics, it'll be serviceable. At 1080p. It's going to be serviceable. I don't imagine it being an incredible card because it's not designed to be an incredible card.
It could also just be like a holdover for a lot of people also.
Probably.
You know?
It definitely can be a holdover, but if we're looking more at the price range of $500, that's an expensive holdover.
Yeah, I'm assuming if you find it at MSRP.
Fair enough. That is always the trick, finding it at a MSRP. What also Nvidia announced is two other cards, except on their laptop side. So we're looking at the RTX 3070 Ti and the 3080 Ti GPUs for laptop.
I thought we were calling it titanium.
Let me retract my previous statement real quick. It's the RTX 3070 Titanium and the 3080 Titanium GPUs are going to be on laptops. The latter there, the 3080 Titanium, is going to be on laptops $2,500 plus. Anybody got money like that around here?
Nope.
That's what I thought.
Although laptops are slowly becoming one of the most assured ways you can have a gaming system in your hands right now.
Exactly. Kind of with that, you can see that trend because it's getting harder for, or at least it has been getting harder for people to get PC components. Easy solutions to that is just getting a laptop, because you're at least cutting out miners, because like cryptocurrency miners, they don't typically deal with laptops because just more space, more power, more money investment compared to just graphics cards plugging like 8 of them into like a given server rack or something. To be fair, definitely a bigger upfront investment, but at least you're getting a whole system out of it right off the bat. And that does it for Nvidia there. A nice solid rounding of between, you know, new cards and what you would expect from them, but between the dedicated and the laptop side. Okay, now for the final piece of all, AMD. They definitely brought the most in terms of tech to CES to show off. They basically showed off their roadmap for the year, which is very nice. Yeah, as usual, very nice to see. Some of it they didn't, you know, most of it they didn't give exact dates, whether it be, you know, February, Q3 or something like that. But hey, at least they showed what they got. They're releasing a new line of CPUs for laptops. We're looking at stuff built on TSMC's 6nm manufacturing process, along with using AMD's Zen 3 Plus architecture. So we're not looking at Zen 4 just yet for laptops. Quite a lot to go along with it, a good chunk of features, kind of give you an idea. They're also going to be paired with AMD's RDNA 2 graphics on laptops. But they'll be ranging between a couple different series, the U series, H series, to kind of give you an idea of what they're packing into laptops, because as of now, they are also competing with Apple and their efficiency, although they're kind of taking a different route with it. Their U series is for like ultra thin laptops. Honestly, for 2022, I wasn't expecting a laptop revolution.
No, on the bingo card, that definitely was not an entry.
Really, yeah, really big thanks to Apple there for stirring up some competition. To be fair, there is a lot going into laptops, but they are still caring about their desktop side, especially with the new Ryzen 7 3D chiplet technology. With this, they're taking a processor from their current lineup, the 5800X, and giving a little bit of something extra there. They're now going to call that particular CPU the 5800X3D. It's designed with a higher cache associated with it. AMD is boasting about a 50% faster performance in gaming compared to the Ryzen 9 5900X, which is their current top on that part.
Fail at naming Steam 101.
Yeah, it's...
normies are going to go to the store and be like, 59 is bigger number.
But with it, at least for those who are in the know, like you for watching this, with it, they're doing a 3D V-cache technology now, which gives an L2 and L3 combined cache of about 100 megabytes.
Which is insane, by the way.
That is crazy. They're doing this by, instead of typically how you would do it is just like a 2D plane of transistors and stuff like that. Well, they're starting to now stack them on top of each other, which we've seen in the past with HBM and Samsung's chiplet memory. But they're now integrating that into the CPUs themselves, which is a very nice feature to see. To give you a comparison, the Ryzen 9 5900X has about 70 megabytes of L2 and L3 combined cache. So that is definitely a major jump there. With this technology, it's supposed to help with, you know, games and tasks that are very memory dependent. It's a great proof of concept because if it does perform well on that front, and they can make this technology happen more front, I could see this just becoming a main staple in future CPUs.
I think the fact that it's like a 3D layout design is going into a consumer product so relatively soon is good for that technology in general. Just get it out there also.
Oh, it is definitely massive for like 3D chiplet designs to be able to hit the market, especially the consumer side, not too long after their design. But to kind of give you specs on the new chip itself, the 5800X 3D, it's going to be an 8-core 16-thread design. It's going to have a 4.5 gigahertz boost frequency and 3.4 base frequency, and about 105 watt thermal design power associated with it, which is about in line with just the regular 5800X. And as you would expect, it's still AM4 compatible, so your 400, 500 series motherboards will run it no problem. They may require a BIOS update to run them, but they should be fine. We're also getting is the Ryzen Zen 4 architecture for our next generation of CPUs, the 7000 series. No, it's looking good. To kind of give you an idea, they're expecting to push 5 gigahertz constant on all cores.
Wait, you don't have that already?
That's like non-overclocked.
Oh, okay.
That's just base. Typically with AMD and Intel right now, you're looking at like 2 or 3 cores out of the box that are boosting to those levels.
So do you think that'll be like a Computex release, probably?
I think Computex would be a good window for that. With this new generation, they're also boasting a new socket as well. So AM4 is a thing of the past. They're now featuring the AM5 LGA 1718 socket. So this will allow stuff like DDR5 memory along with PCIe 5.0 connectivity. This will also allow AMD to just in general make stronger processors because they don't have to kind of be bottlenecked by an older socket. You think that would be enough for AMD, right? No, they got more for you. They're still packing stuff. This event was filled. They've released some new graphics cards or graphics chips for laptops. They're now coming out with the Radeon Rx 6000 lineup for new laptops and a couple for desktop, but we'll get there in just a moment. On the laptop side, we're looking at a new 6nm 35-watt GPUs. And there's gonna be a couple different SKUs associated with it. We're looking at stuff both for the gaming laptop side and the ultra thin, as you'd expect. They also announced new dedicated graphics cards. Nothing beating the 6900 XT. That's still their given reigning AMD's reigning king. But we're looking at the lower end with the 6500 XT and the Radeon 6400. The given 6500 XT is going to be released on January 19th. $200.
Oh, that's pretty good.
That's a pretty good price point. It's nice seeing more of a range when it comes to the lower end because that's what your average consumer is going to buy. So as for the final bit to come from AMD is just basically just a suite of new softwares to help power everything, and especially with a lot of stuff coming out on the laptop side. We're looking at new features like their super resolution powered by Fidelity FX to help people get higher gaming frame rates with pretty darn good super scaling technologies and near native resolution as they put it. Other new features like they got AMD Link, which lets users play PC games on other devices from anywhere. So if you want to stream your game from your computer living room or your laptop when you're at college, you can do so. But with it as well, they also have other stuff like AMD Privacy View technology, which is I want some more information on because it's not exactly clear how this works.
Yeah, what the hell is that whole like eye tracking? It was like
Yeah.
eye track. What?
Yeah, it's a head and eye tracking technology from eyewear to help deliver increased levels of privacy. But it's like a weird version of Windows Hello. Like I don't get it. But they also have expanding their smart technologies as well. Stuff like smart access memory, which is a massive feature to come out, and I imagine will be massive on laptops as they release more CPUs and GPUs in that market. They're also changing over their Smart Shift technology to be known as Smart Shift Mac. But with it, it's to help support a broader range of games and double performance across selected titles when pairing certain Ryzen CPUs and Radeon GPUs. And they also have Smart Shift Eco, which is like trying to get the most power efficiency that you can out of a system. That's kind of what AMD brought to the table, which is a lot of stuff going on, especially on the laptop side, kind of like everybody else. In terms of who won CES, that's a pretty easy one actually. It was BMW with their color shifting technology, because let's admit that was badass. But yeah, that kind of wraps it up between the big three at CES. And of course, we do thank you guys for watching. Of course, subscribe. We really do appreciate it, and like the video as well. It does help us with the algorithms. And if you wish to spread it in other ways, we do have a Twitter at tech_4, the number 4_thought, and an Instagram at tech_4 spelled FOR_thought, which we will be more active on that this year. And of course, we do thank you guys so much for watching this video, and we'll see you next time. Bro, my memory is fucked.